What is going on, world? The Hungarian Experiment here. Lately I've been hearing a lot of chatter about this social laboratory, this YouTube house that's going to be going on here in London, Ontario. Today I have Matt McKeever here, and he's going to answer some questions about what is the social lab, what are these kind of social experiments that are going to be going on in London, Ontario, and how can I be part of this? So Matt McKeever, you are starting this so-called YouTube house here in London, Ontario. All around the world right now we're hearing about crazy things going on with YouTube House and these people like Jake Paul. Are you going to be doing this stuff here in London?
Absolutely.
It's every day, bro. I said it's every day, bro.
No, absolutely not. The whole idea is to create a completely different picture of what a YouTuber or social media influencer can be. We want to really document that they don't have to be Jake Paul, that they can lend themselves towards helping the community, to learning about the community and just integrating with the community. They don't have to be at odds with the community the way Jake Paul is or his team of 10. So yeah, that's not our intentions. We want to really foster a community inside the community.
So since we're on that topic of community, why are you doing this in the Oldies Village? What's so special about the Oldies Village?
That's a great question. So the Oldies Village has definitely been a neighborhood that's been in transition for quite a while. There's been a ton of work before we showed up, and there'll continue to be a ton of work whether we stay or not. But for the last 20 years, the area's been under transformation for the better in my opinion, and it's resulted in a very unique mixed community that's focused on or draws to young entrepreneurs, young artists, as well as just creative types in general. And for this YouTube incubator, for this social media incubator to really take off, we want to draw as many creatives, as many entrepreneurial spirits as possible. And so that's why I think the Oldies Village is a perfect fit for this sort of program.
So with this social lab, this YouTube house that you're making here in London, is this going to be like Big Brother? Are there going to be cameras everywhere?
No, we have no intention for it to be like the Real World or Big Brother. This isn't about creating drama. This isn't about having shower cams or those ridiculous things. We're not trying to create a hookup culture in this house. It's all about it's going to be filled with vloggers. And so naturally vloggers are going to have cameras on them. They're going to be walking through your community. They're going to be talking to themselves in front of different buildings, businesses. They're going to just really be showcasing the community. So certainly there's the opportunity for others that want to participate to be involved in these videos, but at the same time our intention isn't to catch people in the act of anything. It isn't to expose anything. It's just to document one's life, and naturally as part of that documentation people are going to be walking around with cameras. There's going to be cameras in the house. Every vlogger will at least have a camera, I'm sure. But no, it's not going to be cameras in every hallway and just all that sort of drama-driven content. We're really focused on creating a community, like I've said, and I know I harp on that a lot, but it's true.
Well, this is a very interesting concept, so why would anyone here in London, Ontario want to move into this house?
That's a great question. And so I think first and foremost is we're trying to really focus on a value proposition, and so that value proposition is you're going to pay half of market rent. So let's say this apartment was going to cost $800 a month normally. You're going to pay $400 a month. And the reason we're doing that is we want these young creatives, these entrepreneurs, to be able to spend more time honing their craft and getting better. And we think the best way to do that is if they don't have to focus on money quite as much as they would otherwise. So right off the bat, we're going to offer a discounted rent at half of market value. So instead of paying $700 to $800 to live in this house, you'll be paying $350 to $400. And we're hoping that really gives some relief so that these people can focus and double down on their content, on becoming creative. In addition to that, I've always believed that you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And as part of that, I think by gathering all these people in one geographic location, it's just going to inherently level up their skill levels much faster than they could ever hope to do by themselves. Yeah. So I think that's, as a young creative, that's what I'm drawn to, is the lower rent, as well as the opportunity to just collab and learn from others in a positive environment.
Wow, so this is actually very interesting. I might consider moving into this house. So if there's going to be cameras and people recording, and you're going to be conducting these experiments, what kind of experiments are you doing and why?
Yeah, that's a great question. And so our idea behind experimentation is it's probably different than what leaps to most people's minds at the start. We're talking about experimenting with the community. So, if we try and clean up a park, do we get more results by trying to do a flash mob where everyone just Instagrams it an hour before we go and clean up the park? Or do we get more results by having a meetup group planned weeks in advance? I think most people would assume that you'll get more results with the meetup group, but has anyone actually A/B tested this? I don't think they have, and so I think there's a lot of potential opportunity there. In addition, we're thinking about experimenting with local businesses. So maybe we go into a local business and say, okay, we want to do some free advertising for you. Can you create a coupon for us that we can provide to people? Or can you give a secret word that we can tell people to go and use at your store? The end result, we want people to get the same benefit from it, but we want to see, do people enjoy being part of kind of a secret club versus just handing in a coupon? And I think, again, social media is the perfect medium to be experimenting with these sort of ideas, and so that's what really these experiments are about. It's not about, treating people as guinea pigs or lab rats. It's about just learning more about the human condition and what drives us and how can we create more positive results. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. You got me hooked. So how do I get into this house? How do I apply?
Great question. So in this video, we'll have links to the different forms of applications you can fill out, but you can either come out in person, shoot an audition with us, and just kind of get to meet us and know us. I think that's probably the best way to learn about this and to become a part of it. But if for whatever reason our meetup dates don't work for you, there's still going to be an online application that you can fill out in order to become a part of it. In addition to that, even if you're not going to be able to actually physically move into the property, there's still opportunities to become part of our community simply by joining the social lab in its greater form as like an associate or just, someone that comes out to the meetup groups and that.
That's awesome. Well, I think you answered all the questions I had about the social lab. Thank you so much for coming out today, Matt.
Thanks, Peter.